What's up, guys? Welcome back to Lift Central Station.
The whole thing I think is lips. The whole thing I think
Big day for me today as I just got my first ever Mythic Legions action figures. I want to see what all this hype is about. Let's go. Right out of the package, we feature the pernicious Pelvicus of the Furious Four from the Four Horseman Studios Mythic Legions line. I know, there's a lot going on here. Don't choke on it. Let's get a little bit closer to this guy. Tightening up, these are some of the most thoroughly detailed domestic action figures in this scale. There is a lot of extra sculpt in the way of gouges in the armor pieces and rivets sculpted and painted, extra dry brushing over the top, variations in gloss or matte finishes, weathering where it looks like paint has been rubbed off, different gauges of material, soft and malleable here, and it overall creates a really nice look. And these are pretty well articulated, even though they are single jointed for the most part, as it's part of their system to disassemble and kit bash their figure line. In fact, this package features parts to make either of two distinct named characters. So from the top here, this visor articulates. It's on a hinge, comes down looking all menacing like that. So does the jaw. You can crack that thing open, and it's up here on a ball and pops right off of there, revealing this neck is even a separate piece. Ball jointed shoulders coming up to a T there. You can see the hinges underneath with even more killer detail, sculpted chainmail, and all this trim around the joints, rivets in the armor. These aren't just hits with paint either. I mean, these are sculpted on there. Single jointed elbow, but it will hinge in and out. You get another bit of articulation at the gauntlet here. And then again at the wrist, hinging back and forward with these really nicely detailed fingers. A little bit malleable so you can get weapons in those. Only a single piece of torso articulation here. It's socketed down into the lower piece, so it'll rock all around like such. Couple of belt overlays that are built to hold extra weapons. Like right here, it's a little slit. Couple of those over here. And you could actually pull this sucker, drape it this way. You're going to want to apply heat. Check their website. It's ridiculous. It breaks down the whole thing. Or submerge them in very hot water for about half a minute, and you'll be able to pull them apart at all of the joints with ease. With ease! The lower armor bits here are cast in a super soft plastic, and they'll all just come up like, and then you're all the way under here. Oh, we just popped that one out. Look, it's got a big fat peg there. That'll just pour it in right there. But you can see these are on hinges here, and they'll come all the way out to the side. Forward like this, back like this, and the armor plating disguises some upper thigh swivel. So that's really nice, along with more awesome sculpted detail there. You can see the way this is bound together. A couple of rivets sculpted and painted, and this is glossy over the top of this. Single jointed knee though, it's only going to come back to here. But it will swivel around on that sucker. Really nice dry brushing, great detail to these filthy boots.
Shut your filthy
Coming
boots.
down here to this big ball, lets you bring the foot back like that, forward like that, forward facing pin for rocker, and peg holes on the bottoms of the feet. Let's don't forget this cluster of orifices on the back and one tucked away. Checking out the accessories, you get a couple of weapons, including this great big spear, really nicely detailed with the little metallic paint here. You get the sword, same great level of detail, same couple of colors of paint here with that metallic paint on the sword. Very nice. The shield, more basic design with some really nice sculpted rune work around the edges here. Perhaps a little weathering would be nice. Perhaps he's just never blocked anything with it. You have a removable handle here, allowing you to port that into whatever. I would recommend, of course, you seat this in the hand and then pop this on so you don't stress or break your funny little peg. Comes with an optional pair of shoulder pauldrons with just the same excellent level of detail. Some glossy paint there for a shine. Little flourishes all over the thing, and these big fat pegs that'll plug right into the back of your figure. If you're having trouble, apply some heat to the figure first. Comes with this soft goods cape that is a little bit weathered and tattered down here. It doesn't have seams at the edges though, and you can see this, you port the pauldron through and then it into the hole, and just doing it the once, it's sort of devastated my cape, and I'm not going to do that again until he goes on the shelf. Be very careful. It has a really nice drape to it. But yeah, you can see just with the lightest effort, you could pull this whole thing apart. The biggest thing though is he comes with a second head here, with the idea being to create a second unique character. This thing is fantastic. Look at all this ornamental detail. And what looks like another helmet sculpted on the back of his helmet. What? And you can see otherwise just a solid piece you just port onto there. These are wing adapters. For the newer style wing with the bigger plugs, the older style wing with the smaller. And then this piece is an adapter to get the wings further out in case you have pauldrons or some such in the way. So you have this big rectangle doohickey here. You can shove these things right into there and put wings on it. But if it doesn't clear all the crap you already have going on the figure, you plug this one in first and you can extend it out some. Again, if you're having trouble with these, apply some heat to the figure proper and then plug these in. They want you to. It's right there on their website, I promise. It's really cool. It's encouraging. We've always complained about that. Do you apply heat? Don't you? Should you have to? Shouldn't you? Well, at this level, and they are their toys, man. They're telling you right there on their site how to do it. Basic head and hand swaps are no problem, but anything more advanced, and you will want to apply that heat. You see, this will just go right onto there. But even just getting into the pauldrons, you might have a little trouble. With the visor down, the Mythic Legion's Pelvicus stands about 7 inches tall. The other head, Lord Bushotee, that's about an 1/8 inch taller. Compared to a couple of other figures, here he is next to the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Metal Wonder Woman and the Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn. Here he is next to the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie Leonardo and the Shredder. Jazzware's Halo Spartan Collection Master Chief, and barely in frame there, that is the Diamond Select Toys Marvel Select Juggernaut. Mayfix Spider-Man, and the Fwoosh Articulated Icons Feudal Series Ninja. Next to the Hasbro Star Wars Black Series Bo-Katan, and the G.I. Joe Classified Cobra Infantry. And finally, next to the Marvel Legends Silver Samurai and the Marvel Legends Morning Coffee Mostly Bucky Cap Deadpool. They scale alright with these guys, it's just maybe the skull head's a little big. This thing's dope, you should get it. No, but really, this is my first Mythic Legions figure, and I think I've been missing out. I want to open another one. If you don't want to miss out, subscribe to Toy Lips and stay tuned for the next one.
Ba-doom.